So my favorite getting lost story, some of you might have heard this before, was in the catacombs in Rome a number of years ago. And I had gone over there from a hotel early in the morning. I was just all by myself, and it was raining. It was 7:30, and there was nobody there at the window, but the door was open to leading downstairs. So I went ahead and went downstairs into this big, huge room underneath the ground. And there was nobody in there. So I was kind of tooling around looking at things, and I saw the passageway of the catacombs back out. Now, these catacombs go for miles and miles and miles through Rome. This is where the Christians were buried, and the Romans were cremated up top. And so I started in there, and I finally came to a decision I had to make whether to go right or left. So I decided to take a left. I went down further, and I could either take a right or a left or go straight. And I decided I'd take another left. I figured if I took enough lefts, I'd get back to where I was. Well, after a while, that didn't work. But I knew then, though, if I kept taking a right and a right and a right, I'd lead back right to where I was. And about 30 minutes later, I was still walking around the catacombs trying to find my way out. And I was starting to get very, very scared. And I was hyperventilating. I was breathing hard. And I was starting to yell. Well, eventually I heard a voice, a small, faint voice. And I listened, and then I started yelling. The voice started yelling, and went back and forth and back and forth. So finally, this woman found me, and she brought me to her. And she led me out of the catacombs. She was obviously very, very upset that I was there by myself. But you know, that's how most of us live our lives. We have these myriad of decisions every day. Are we going to go this way? Are we going to go that way? And we make these decisions throughout the day. And so much of the time, they're haphazard decisions. Sometimes they're based on faith. Most of the time, they're just based on just everyday things that go on. And as we go throughout life, making these decisions right and left, if Jesus is not our guide, we get lost. And so many of us get lost. I know I've been lost. And we get lost because we're not looking towards our Lord. We're trying to figure this out ourselves. And we keep making these decisions and going this way and going that way. And just like I was in the catacombs, we get lost. Until we finally start yelling like I did. And we yell for God to help us because we know we're lost. We know we're not going in the right direction. We know the things that are happening shouldn't be happening. We know we're doing things we should not be doing. And we start screaming and we start hollering for God to help us. Now, I don't know if God helped me get out of the catacombs that night or that day, that morning. I like to think he did, but it was the woman that heard my voice and got me out. And Jesus tells us, I am the way. There is no other way. I am the way. And it is only through Jesus that we can get ourselves out of this rat race, this catacombs of the world. The only way we can get out is through Jesus. I am the way, the truth, and the life. Whoever follows me will come to God.